that's always going to be a fun part, because obviously, you know, you're new to, you're in a foreign country. Hello, you got to learn a language. And so don't stress about it. Honestly, just work diligently. Read the scriptures in Spanish. That, I think, is key to learning the language. Something that I remember doing is in my training, I set a goal to actually read the Book of Mormon in English first, but then at the same time, start reading it with the Spanish scriptures. And then after I've read, because I don't know, you can easily read that pretty quickly in English. And then after I read it once in English, again, I set that aside. I did not touch my mission, like my English scriptures for the whole mission. I just strictly used my Spanish scriptures. Mainly because that helped me, because that made me be like, I mean, obviously, if I didn't understand like a word or two, I would use my English scriptures. But otherwise, read your Spanish scriptures, because it will help a lot with learning vocabulary, words, learning how to speak in the sense of, what is it called, gospel context. Also, since you're in a foreign country, take this as an advantage to learn outside of the gospel vocabulary. Learn common, everyday use vocabulary, because it will help you in the long run, especially after the mission, because you want to keep up the language, because it becomes very dear to your heart, and you will absolutely just hopefully love the culture and the language and the people, and you'll want to keep it up so you can be able to talk to them. And during the mission, at the very beginning, it can be kind of hard and stressful, but I'm more of a chill person, and just do what you have to do. You know you, so study how you need to study. It will honestly click in by the end of your training, I think, for sure. And then you'll get more confident as time goes on. But I would say maybe 3 to 6 months, even less than 6 months, and you'll be very comfortable with the language. But just have faith, and the Lord will help you all the time. He always helps you. Also, just when you speak Spanish, you know how English people, we just like talk with our, like, we don't really move our mouths. In Spanish, you have to use your mouth. You have to be like, always, because it's a very pretty, and you use all the sound that you can get in the language. So it might sound weird, but just move it, because then you'll be able to get the pronunciation better. When I was learning the language, like, obviously the Spanish that you learn in school is wonderful. It helps a ton because you have like basis. But then once you actually get there, use the time wisely to actually, like, if you have a Latin companion, obviously you're going to have to speak Spanish to them. So practice your pronunciation. Don't get offended when people say, hey, your pronunciation sucks. They told me that all the time. And I was like, sweet, I mean, I'm trying, man. I don't really, speak Spanish as my first language. Shocker, right? But definitely practice. Just don't give up. Because one day it'll click, and then you'll just be talking like a Chileno, which is awesome. Just saying. When you get that compliment from them, like, wow, you speak like a Chilean. It's just like, what the? Thank you. And then that's when you can start saying, well, I am Chilean. Yeah, that's one of the things I'd always do. I'd always walk around and be like, hey, when people say, hey, where are you from? I'd be like, oh, I'm from Chile. And they're like, really? You have blonde hair and blue eyes. Are you from the north? It's like, yes, I'm from Antofagasta. And they'd be like, no way, are you serious? You're from Antofagasta? And I'm like, no, I'm actually from, like, North America, the United States of America. And they're like, oh. Like, they look shocked. Like, so it's really fun because, like, after that, you're already having that basis, like, a basic conversation with them. And then you can start talking about other things, and then all of a sudden slip in, like, a little gospel thing in there. It's quite fun. After 18 months of just, like, always talking to people, you get pretty clever of how you contact people. So, yeah. Yeah.